Good evening, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earth Watch on Tuesday, January 10, year 2023 on our planet. Time for a daily brief. So I'm only going to focus on a couple of seismic locations. I will also give you the definition of antipode earthquakes. So starting with Argentina, we had a couple of deep earthquakes, a 4.9 and a 5.1 at 572 kilometers deep. Now, the antipode is a point on the opposite side of the globe where the seismic wave can be transmitted through and cause an earthquake on the opposite end. In this case, the opposite side of Argentina is this region of China. The closest major fault, obviously, is Taiwan. So I'll very quickly explain antipode earthquakes. Years ago, the Oregon State University conducted a 44-year study, or accumulation of 44 years worth of seismic data. And they found that earthquakes on one side of the globe of magnitude 6.5 or larger do result in earthquakes on the opposite end of the globe, its antipode at magnitude 5 or larger, within a 3-day window. Now, as the seismic energy passes through the core, it can be deflected by up to 30 degrees. So the exact antipode of today's deep earthquakes, Argentina, even though they were not 6.5 or higher, let's take into consideration their depth. The antipode is in this region here. So Taiwan certainly falls within 30 degrees. Now, since earthquakes have been ongoing in this region, I am not saying that this one here is an antipode response from Argentina. Anyway, a very quick definition of antipode earthquakes. Another area that's caught my interest, this ongoing earthquake swarm here on the Greek island of Lesbos in the Aegean Sea. This is actually a volcanic island. This area is almost famous for its production of ouzo. So perhaps another area we should put on the watch list. Let's check our Cascadia subduction zone slow slip tremors. Today's count is 325 epicenters, mostly in Vancouver Island, where obviously we have an ongoing standard slow slip event. Now, this grouping, this number in of themselves is not a concern. However, the magnitudes are increasing up to 2.5. We normally don't go that high. So again, our slow slip events for North Cascadia were every 14 months. These have decreased down to every a couple or 3 months. No fear porn here. The only thing notable, again, is the increase in magnitudes. Let's move on over to Indonesia. It takes a while for these satellites to do another pass-by, so this is imagery from this afternoon. And again, as previously reported, a lot of heat moving into Tambora. Obviously, we have some magma moving into Tambora. What I've never seen before, and again, I made a statement immediately following the 7.6 earthquake here, and I said, it is not the end. This, folks, is one definition. Tambora heating up. Here's another example I've never ever seen before. On the floor of the Java Sea, we have several heat anomalies. One other item of interest of note. I will post this article later tonight. The epicenter of the earthquake was right here. On this island of Maluku, on the northern region, off of a village. I don't have the name, no. A small island emerged shortly after the earthquake. This terrified the villagers, and they very briefly were ordered to evacuate. This small island, I'll try and dig up some pictures later, was probably a mud volcano or a mud volcano rise. Anyway, you have a new island suddenly formed immediately after the earthquake. So we have a number of ongoing changes in this region. And again, as I said, step back and try and imagine the head of a mantle plume or even a super plume being slightly agitated, bringing up some magma. 1, 2, little island being formed here overnight. 3, let's head on over and check our jet streams. So I'm not going to go global. I'm only sticking here, and let's check our amount of water coming into the west coast. So for today, not all that much. However, tomorrow, Wednesday, looks like I'm going to big punch from central northern California all the way up to the Queen Charlotte Islands, British Columbia. And coming right behind it, this beast here. Which, perhaps just after the weekend, this one will reach. So I have a suggestion about this chaotic snake and ladder jet stream between North America and the bottom end of South America. I haven't had time yet to do my notes. I'll give you a brief introduction right now. So our magnetic poles, north is converging onto Siberia on its way to here. It has been traveling this way. South is converging onto Indonesia. So both are working this way. So let's take a look on the opposite side of the globe. And again, I'm going to do a separate video. The magnetic field decreases in strength as the distance from the source increases. So what I'm getting at, our magnetic poles are drawing closer here. Therefore, our magnetic field lines are weakening on the opposite side. The magnetic field magnitude is proportional to the density of the lines. So the closer together, the stronger. The further apart, being broken up, the weaker. Anyway, I haven't had time to wrap my head around this one. This probably explains our chaotic drip streams. Right around here. That's it for now, folks. I'll get back to you later.